Well, hello there, folks. Hope y'all are doing well. And hope everything. Let's see if I've got some audio. Y'all let me know because I've already turned everything out off, so certain people don't try to message me during the live and make the phone buzz. So y'all let me know if the audio is not there. Looks like we have quite a few here, or have had at least. I appreciate it. Mr. Eddie says meh. There's Marco. There's Henry G. There's Joe Kasprick. Thank you for being here. There's Henry G waiting for Tommy. I told it to go live and it said, no, you don't have any storage left in your EV Mux. So I had to get over there and delete some stuff there before it would let me get in. So I appreciate your patience there. Gonzo, I think I said hello to you. Thank you for being here, Gonzo. There's Mo Patty. Thank you for being here, ma'am. Do appreciate it. Marco's linking Mr. Eddie. Appreciate that, Marco. There's Mattisfaction. Hey, Matty. Thank you for being here, man. Hope you are having a wonderful day. Gonzo says, I hope the giveaway knife is expensive tonight. That's next. The giveaway knife is next week, Gonzo. Next week, man. Neil McKenzie, thank you for being here. Ryan Crow. Hey, quit looking, Mr. Crow. You drive and pay attention to what you're supposed to be doing, sir. Mister. There's Mind of Milton. Hey, Milton, hope you're doing well. Uh-oh. Trish was just getting talked about, so. She does have a nice collection, doesn't she? Let's see who else is here. Marco Link Maddie. Thank you for doing that, Marco. Mo Petty says, should I be scared? Probably. If Mr. Eddie was involved, probably so. Mo Petty says it's time to move some of the collection and get some more. Not a bad idea. Projectiles are sharp. Hey, hope you're doing well. Hey, Brooke. Thank you for being here, man. Do appreciate it. Mo Patty, Milton's interested in finding out what you might be moving there. Okay, that's pretty cool. I figured out some things with YouTube, so hopefully that's going to help things. Maybe. We'll see. There's Mick Ranger. Thank you for being here. What y'all got in pockets today? What are you carrying? Some of you are probably not carrying much at this hour of the night, maybe, but some of you may be. What did you have in pocket if you have already removed it? And then out on the West Coast, it's still, 6:30-ish? Easy there, Mr. Crow. I'm usually right about on time there. Just had a slight technical difficulty. That happens sometimes, doesn't it? Doesn't it, Mr. Crow? Sometimes things happen that we just got to roll with it and keep going. Mr. Eddie says, well, do I get the car? You're funny, buddy. You're real funny. I appreciate y'all though. Gonzo says, "Flicking my Rosie." That's one knife that I miss not having, um, and would like to pick one up again one day. Maybe we shall see. I don't have I don't have a huge collection. I have an okay collection. I'm not going to complain. And then I have some folks that allow me um, to check out a lot of very cool knives. So I do have that, and I've got some cool knives too. I'm not going to complain. But Patty said she's let's see, looking at moving the Hawk Talon, the Holt Spectre, Sharp by Design Mini, and Micro Evo. Hey. Gonzo said Mr. Eddie has one that he hates. Rosie, he's not a huge fan. I think he kind of likes it though somewhat. He likes having it in the collection. I think that may be it. Says he hates it with all his guts, but he still has it. Projectiles are sharp. Says I have a tiny collection, but I recently got into knives on like 6 or 7 months ago. Yeah, that's it's it tends to escalate. Tends to escalate sometimes. Tommy has the ad running. I've still not figured that out. I think I would like to figure out how to maybe it could have an ad at the beginning, but then not. I may have to try something manually. We shall see. No, Patty, it's probably the one. It may be the one that came from me. I don't know. He may have already sold that one. I think he's got an XL though. Robert Jones, thank you for being here. Gonzo says don't own a Lamia. Uh, Mr. Eddie's probably got one of those. Wow. Wow. Huh. And exactly. Just give it some time. Don't be in a rush. Kind of figure out what you want and don't go overboard. I did that and still trying to recover from that. BNA, thank you for being here, man. Do appreciate it. Mr. A says that Rosie belongs to Milton now. That's probably correct. Y'all have done some swapperooing out there. He sold it and can't stop asking for one. There's TKE. Says, hello, Thomas and friends. Thank you, TKE, for being here. Hope y'all are doing well. All right. If someone could post a link to the Discord, I will try to do that. Hopefully nothing will crash. Don't switch. All right. Let's see if I can post a link to the Discord before you gents get to it. Milton says you need your own Discord. No, I don't need anything else to keep up with, Milton. That's yeah, I don't need anything else to keep up with, and hopefully I linked the right thing. Y'all check it out and see if I did. Mr. A said all these people using my Discord. I thought it was TKE's Discord that you built. Is that how it worked out? There's Marco doing the link. I may not have linked the right thing. Y'all probably want to use the one that Marco linked right there. Projectiles are sharp. So, yep, good advice, guys. Thank you. And yeah, I found it the hard way as well at HWG. I bought a lot. And then chat skipped. A lot of knives I end up just reselling. Yep, that's what I did too. And I'm trying to be more choosy about the ones that I get now. And I haven't bought very many this year at all. Brown Sugar, thank you for being here, man. Do appreciate it. Bill Petty says we all have. Absolutely. Mr. Eddie also linked the Discord. I assume that was to the same location as the rest of the ones that we're dropping. Maybe, maybe not. All right, you guys. I'm going to try something for next week if I can to make sure that we don't have the ads playing during the live. Maybe one at the beginning, and then that's it. We'll see. TC Blades, hey man, how are you? Hope you are having a good day. I've got a kind of a titanium theme out here today. I actually took a video earlier that I need to put on Instagram. I did one with micarta yesterday, and already put it up on Instagram, not on YouTube, but on Instagram. But I think I do need to get a short up on YouTube today. So been a kind of busy day for some reason, and just a lot of stuff going on. Personally as well as work related, so just been busy. So nothing major bad, but just busy. And tomorrow is going to be fairly busy as well. I have to be away from the house a little bit tomorrow. Mr. Eddie says, let me get that knife on the right. You're talking about this one here, aren't you? Yeah, I know. I kind of like this one. That's why I said I don't have a terrible amount in my collection, but that one was actually a gift from a very good friend of mine, and I really like that. I actually carried it the other day. That was actually one of the stipulations that of him giving me this knife was that it be carried and used, and you can see from the scales there, it's had a little bit of use there. Mr. Eddie's changed his mind here. Says, let me get the Vulcan. Now he's wanting the Vulcan. I like my Vulcan too. If y'all haven't checked out Vulcan knives, I would recommend checking them out. He's a kind of on the newer side. It was actually somebody that Mr. Eddie found, and he's pretty cool. Makes some interesting knives. The knife below the slip, that is the Tuya Knives Voodoo. It's a oh man, can't remember the guy's name now. That's his logo, but I can't remember something. I should be able to remember it, but I can't remember. And that one's been modded by me, as well as y'all be nice. Modded by me, as well as Mr. Eddie's did the acid wash on the blade there. All right, what's going on in live here? I guess we're gonna have to remove some mod statuses here. Mind Milton says I need a Vulcan. Dan says, "Hey everyone, just listening. Don't feel very good. Hey man, hope you get to feeling better very soon, man." And Marco has linked VulcanKnives.com. Check out the stuff he's got, and then I would recommend also following him on Instagram. He'll drop a new batch of knives from time to time that he's made, and they're very cool. Not I don't think any of them have been exactly the same yet. He doesn't have a specific model that he does. Some of them are similar, but there's just there's enough about them that I would call it a like a maker's choice custom knife. I think he does, of course, CNC, but hand fitted and very cool. Quality materials: Magna Cut, titanium. This one's a button lock, and it makes a very good EDC knife. And it wasn't that expensive. I think he's going up on the prices some, and that's Mr. Eddie's fault though. I think. Let's see. Kelly's Mishmash, thank you for being here, man. Do appreciate it. Y'all, Kelly's for the giveaway next Tuesday night. That's the last Tuesday of the month. There will be giveaways, not only of a EDC item to all that any that are in the chat will be able to enter into that one, and then there's also a members only giveaway of the monthly knife. And so I hope you will be here. Haven't decided exactly which one to give out yet. I have narrowed it down because I'm getting the packages together for the 1,500 subscriber giveaway, and hopefully I've picked out 3 knives. I think we're going to do 3 packages. I hadn't exactly figured it all out yet, but one will be the TRM Holier Nerd. There, very cool knife, and yes, you are able to reverse flip the new Nerd. So that's going to be one, and I think I'm going to keep it all blue and do the QSP Canary, and then a Latama that I did the anodization on this one. So we're going to have, I believe it's going to be these 3 knives. That's part of the 1,500 giveaway. So y'all help me out. See if you can't spread the word of the channel and get that going. It's less than 250, I think. So I don't know exactly the numbers right offhand here. All right, let's see. I've got the talking and got behind here. Projectiles or Sharp says, I've been waiting for a Vulcan that I'm in love with. Love his stuff. That's absolutely it. Yeah, look and find one that you really like, because he does a lot of different stuff. Some of it I like a whole lot more than others, but it's very unique stuff. So absolutely. Everybody wishing Dan Stan to feel better there. That's very cool. Appreciate that. And Marco has linked Vulcan Knives Instagram. Gonzo said, which one is the giveaway knife? You probably said that before I went over the giveaway knives for the 1,500. I haven't decided I haven't decided on the giveaway for next week, but it'll probably be one of these here. So just flashed them up on the screen. If you weren't paying attention, you'll have to wait. Don't time out Gonzo, please. Y'all behave. Mo Patty wants to. Gonzo, are you thanking me for the opportunity to get timed out, or? I'm fixing to unmod somebody. Y'all behave. Bluminati, thank you for being here. All right, Blue, thank you for being here. Do appreciate it, man. But as I was saying, part of Kelly's paracord items will be part of not only next week's giveaway, because I got a pretty good collection of stickers and stuff to throw in as well. But paracord, Kelly's Mishmash's paracord will also be part of the 1500 giveaway. So really appreciate that, and thank Kelly for providing those, and I thank everybody for being here. And whether or not you're a member or not, if you're subbing and coming to the lives, watching the videos, I really, really, really do appreciate that. You guys, I don't get the responses written as quickly as I probably should on some of the videos, but just know that a lot of times I've at least seen what you've written, and I really appreciate that. And I mean that. All right, let's see who else we got in here. Everybody saying hey to Blue. There's none for now. Thank you for being here. Do appreciate it. Mr. Eddie says, oh, brother. Jesse says, evening all. Thank you for being here, Jesse. Do appreciate it. And there's Marco linking Bluminati's. Is this straight? Nope. Linking Bluminati's YouTube channel. Do appreciate that, Marco. All right, let's try this. I'm going to give away some memberships here, I think. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if that works. All right. So Jesse got a membership. Mo Patty got a membership. Mick got a membership. Robert Jones did, and SC Knife Monkey. So very cool. Very cool. And it looks like we actually got some of the folks that are in here tonight actually got a membership. So that is awesome. Mutt Stumbo, thank you for being here. Do appreciate it. There's William Hornbostel. Thank you for being here, man. Do appreciate it. There's Neil McKenzie celebrating 6 months of membership. Let's see what we can do on that. Thank you, Neil McKenzie. Do appreciate that, sir. Really appreciate you being a member. And 6 months, that's getting on up there. That's almost as long as I've had the ability to have members. So really appreciate that, man. And y'all are quite welcome. There's Mick Ranger. I think I said hello to Mick. There is Roger Baker. Thank you for being here, Roger. No problem, Jesse. And congratulations to all that got a membership there. Jim Cox says what it is, folks. Jim, hope you're doing well. And Jim's celebrating 3 months of membership. Congratulations, sir. Thank you so much for being a member as well. And there's Jesse trying out all of the emojis that are available for the members. So very cool. Mr. A says, "What's the second knife on the purple stand?" This one is the Miguron Morial. Very inexpensive budget model, but fairly decent action on it. And I probably should carry it more, but I don't carry it very much. But to me, it's a good example of a good budget blade. Excellent access to the lock bar. Very good action. Comfortable in hand. Reminded me a lot of the shape of the Lumia when I had it. I think I may have even commented on that when I was doing the review on the Lumia. Yeah, I think I've released that Lumia video. Pretty sure I have, because that's been a minute. But yeah, it's not a bad knife at all. 14C28N for the blade steel. Just to me a good budget blade. Thanks for the question, Mr. Eddie. Kelly's Mishmash celebrating 6 months of membership. Let's go tooting the horn again. I can do that. Thank you, Kelly. I do appreciate that. And thank you so much for all that you do. JC says, "Where's TK? I want to troll him." He was here earlier. He did stop by. But I'm not sure if he's still here or not. But we'll see if he gets back to you there. Ramsey Silent says, "Have a great day, night. Thanks for all the thumbs up. Have a great time doing what you do next. Stay awesome." Thanks, Ramsey. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by. The Granger says, "Can't wait to get my Orlock." I had an Orlock until yesterday. Today, actually, my wife dropped it off, going on to the next person. So I've had two of the three prototypes, but I did see that there were some that they were released. So very cool, and I need to actually get the Orlock review edited tonight so that I can upload it for tomorrow. So look for that, and I'll probably put the link to Concepts Orlocks there. So Jim Cox says those knives all look small compared to the MSI. The MSI is not a small knife at all, but it's a pretty cool knife. It's another one of those knives that I really like, but I don't carry that much. It's a problem when you have a bunch of knives. Jesse says Predator giveaway tonight. No, I think TK would pay me a personal visit if that were the case. Do you think clouds think they are booming an area when it's raining? I don't have a clue, Mr. Eddie. Oh man. McGranger says, if I didn't say hello, apologize. Had to take care of my mama. Yep, take care of your mama, McGranger. Always. That's way more important than this hobby that we have. Family family is so important, and I think we're hopefully learning that the older we get. Let's see here. Jim Cott says, "Yeah, I broke out the old brass sheepdog. It doesn't get enough attention." I feel like that a lot of times with knives, and sometimes if that's the case, I'll sell the knife if it's just a knife that I don't carry enough. Say I've got something that's new and it's taken it's taken is the new stuff's getting pocket time, and the old stuff doesn't seem to unseat the old, or the old doesn't unseat the new, I guess. Then sometimes I'll go ahead and sell it. But there's a few that well, there's several in my collection that have to stay in the collection, but then there's a few that sometimes I'll move. It just depends. Roger Baker says, McRanger, hope your mom is doing okay. Yep, that's right. It ain't easy, but it's a blessing that I can have her here with us under my care. Absolutely. And that makes a huge difference. Makes a huge difference. That's all I'm going to say. It makes a huge difference when you can actually do the caring for her yourself instead of leaving it to someone else. There's too much. I've seen too much. As a person that has worked in the healthcare field for 15, 20 years now, thereabouts, almost 20 years. Wait, that's a long time. I've tried, but I've been at I've been at the hospital that I work at for almost 14 years. And I was 5 years at another company that did healthcare. So, absolutely. All right. So, you guys, don't forget, go over there to the Discord for HWG Live Pocket Check. Please drop your knives that you want us to take a look at in there. We'll take a look at them here in a few minutes. I don't know how long this one will go tonight. We'll just have to see how things are going. McGranger says yes, and she is worth every bit of my time and energy. I agree, man. Absolutely. I lost my mom right before COVID, like in November of 2019, and I have my suspicions that she may have already had it when she passed away, but I guess I'll never know that. But anyhow, that's hard, and so enjoy the time that you have with her for sure. All right. So on the table here, I have just a few things that, as I mentioned, I just tried to have a kind of a titanium theme of some different ones. Some of these, like the Kaiser Militao, these are ones that are more on the budget side, but I still think that the Militao is one of the best actions on a Kaiser that I have. Just really, really fun and really crisp opening on this one. So yes, I like that one. That one actually stays. So I do a lot of comparison with that. That's on the larger side, not anywhere near as large as the MSI, but had some complaints as I was doing my videos that I was doing too many comparisons. So I've pretty much cut it down to the knives that are on these the two knife stands there, and occasionally I'll add in a little bit of a different one. And then let's see what else we got here. This one's still on the budget, not budget side, but the Militol's between 100 and 200. This was between 1 and 200 if I'm not mistaken. But a very good, very nice knife with, of course, titanium. So that one's pretty cool as well. I'll set that one off to the side. That usually stays in the other room. I do have a fairly new knife there, new to me knife at least. The MBK Wolverine. Had to put an edge on it last night. There's another ad there. Got to fix that. Had to put an edge on it. Apparently it didn't come with an edge on it, and so I sharpened up the S90V on there. But that one's pretty cool. I'm getting this one broke in and enjoying this one so far. That's a Laconico design, and I, for some reason, tend to like his designs. I had a Laconico Keen at one point in time, and I've had several more Laconico designs over the years. All right, let's see. I think I missed some stuff here. Roger says, absolutely blessed you could take care of her. A lot of people just stick their parents in a home somewhere. Nope, that won't do. You, if that becomes necessary, I would say you have to. It'd be a very good idea to have a strong presence there, along with her, just to make sure that things are happening that should be happening. Mick says, exactly. That won't ever happen to my mother. She did way too much for me in my life. And there are programs that can help you take care of your parents at home. I would urge considering that before you put them in a home. Mr. A says, so what are you giving away? Nothing for there's not a giveaway here tonight, Mr. Eddie. That's next Tuesday, everybody. Next Tuesday, regular monthly giveaway as well as the members giveaway. So encourage you to be here for that one. I know it feels like it's been a little while because we did it early last month, but it's almost one more week. Tegan says, hey, everybody. JC says, the Predator. And again, that's not mine to give away. Let's see. Mr. A says, ooh, front flipper. You like the front flipper, huh? Well, it's not only that, it's you can use the reverse flick and the thumb hole there. So it just has an added bonus of being a front flipper. So there's that. Plus, it's got a pretty cool milling there. And you can a little. If I wish this Fuller were a little more aggressive there. It's hard to a little bit hard to flick, but it can happen sometimes. Nick says, can someone drop the Discord link? Yo, please do that. Let's see if I can do it. Maybe. I may have dropped it. Y'all let me know if that doesn't work, Nick. Gonzo says, did I miss the giveaway? You guys or something else. Gonzo says I was timed out. Y'all don't time Gonzo out again. Mr. Eddie says, so why am I here? To be a friend and support. Mr. Eddie, that's it. Mr. Eddie said it was cool that he timed you out. Man, I don't know about that. Mr. Eddie celebrates 7 months of membership. Number one, giveaway, and I'm not going to say that all of those, but I appreciate Mr. Eddie for he was actually the member number one. So he's been a member for as long as I could have members. He was the first one, and I think TKE was the second one. So appreciate those guys, and but not the giveaways next week, man. And Mr. Eddie dropped the link to the Discord. Thank you for doing that. Brown Sugar got an awesome knife. She tends to win a lot of stuff, it seems like. So she's probably got some pretty cool knives. Mopatty, that was my fault. What did you do, Mopatty? Probably nothing. So don't try to take the blame for whatever you're talking about. So Tegan's down in Florida, and says it's great down there. After Mopatty asked how it is, it's probably a little bit warmer than up here. I think it got to about 80 today, and here in upstate South Carolina, so a little warm. And I did not make it out behind the house after work this evening. I did to go look at game cameras, but take a short walk, but not for what I wanted to do. Thomas Wheeler, thank you for being here. Do appreciate it. You agreed to him. Well, hopefully let's not do that. Marty dealing with something related along those lines. All right, Mr. Eddie would never do that. Okie dokie. Let's go look at the Discord and see if we have some folks that are dropping those items in, and I'll make double sure that that I'm actually showing it before I go through all this stuff. Let's see. The last week would have been what, 16th or something? 16th-ish? Yeah, I think so. All right, so it looks like we got a few to look at. Let's go ahead and switch it over. And see if we can't. Well, I switched the wrong one over. I moved the wrong screen there, folks. All right, let's see if we can get the screen shared. And go to that window. And go to that one. Oh, brother. Here we go. I noticed the name's been changed on something here. Let's see if I can move it up here and it stay. Let's see if that works. Okay. All right. Our Dallum, Robin. Whoop, that didn't. There we go. Let's get a closer up view of it. I don't know what that is. It's a king snake. It's a Max Ace King snake. Is what it says there. And then Gons has a OTF, and I think you OTF gurus will have to let me know what that is, because I don't know what that one is. But it's a Microtech something. I'm not an OTF guy, but Cicero looks like he's got a Ozark Trail Valor. I'm not. I'm taking mine back in the morning or tomorrow, I think, and see if I can't trade it out. The action on the one that I got has just not been there, and I've seen from some of these other guys that have had one that the action was on point, and I think I'm going to see if I can't get a better one. There's Fred the Lug. He worked on another anodization job. He did a KB knives and did it in a dark purple. That's pretty cool. I need to get a couple of those thumb studs for a couple of knives that I have. So I need to find out where these guys are getting good quality ones at. But that deep purple looks good with that black hardware. So that's very cool. SC Knife Monkey dropped a couple of items in there. One of them being a Latama, and the looks like an Olight flashlight, and then I should know what this is. I think I've had one of them, but I don't remember. I don't remember the name right now. Let's see if I'm missing anything in the chat. Tegan says, I want to go to Tokyo for my next big vacation. My son-in-law's trying to get my daughter to agree to go to Japan. I've got other places I think that I would like to visit before then. But Bob Tism, thank you for being here. Says Georgia is still too hot for September. Yeah, it's a little warm here in South Carolina too. So Mr. Eddie says that he didn't go either when he was in Korea. And None for Now says, I regret not going to Japan when I was stationed in South Korea. And that's where I think my son-in-law was in South Korea as well. Gonzo says that's the Hellhound Ultratech. Tegan says, I want to go to Tokyo and do some racing really bad. Cicero says, nerds, geeks, ad popped up over the text. Beautiful freaks. Let's see. None for Now says, should have. It's like a ferry ride, right? I was way up north, Camp Greaves. Very cool. Cicero says that Ozark came in at like 28 degrees. That pick is at 20. It says took it to 15. And ooh, Scary Sharp does the paper towel thing. Oh, very cool. Yeah, I may have to sharpen the edge. Wasn't great on the one that I had. I mean, I stropped it and it was sharp enough, but it's just not quite there on the action. It's got a good bit of lock stick, and I've tried to work that out, and it's not working out. So it's supposed to have, from what I understand, a very good warranty on it, and that I should be able to take it to back and get another one. So. And Robin Downs got a BRB4, I think that is, Blau Rock, which is very cool. I had a BRB3 for a while. He's got a Oz Probar, and looks like a Brian Brown Jaeger, if I'm not mistaken. So Very nice carry there, sir. Says Titanium Tuesday. Gons is playing with that um, Oz Machine Company Rosie. Very cool there, Gons. I like that. I like that milling pattern there. To me, and I know that the knife is expensive. I realize that it's more expensive than a lot of people would spend for a knife, but it's still a very stinking cool EDC knife, in my opinion. I have pictures. Have pictures of me using a Rosie to skin a deer. So anyhow, it's very cool. And let's see what we have there. I do not know. I do not know this knife. Mac, what is that? What that be, sir? Interesting looking knife. Tegan, have a good one, man. Jim says my Jaeger's an old Jaeger. Cicero says I did the pivot and crossbar with KPL. Man, it's not that. It's something else is wrong with it. I even disassembled it twice and have used oil and all kinds of stuff, and it's not smoothing out. I think it may be it's an issue. So I think it needs to be replaced. All right, let's see what else we got here. It's a custom, yeah. The knife I told you was the best EDC, and you asked Milton to hush me. Oh yeah, because I didn't know what it was. I didn't know the name, and you were talking about all other kinds of Kershaws and other stuff when I asked you what the best one was. But that looks very cool. Mick, yeah, it is TKE's um, Discord, but if you look along the left hand side, there should be a. Actually, I think it says. There's no telling what it says now. Mr. Eddie's been playing with it because I actually saw his name in the uh, in the link there. So I think it actually says HWG Eddie Live Pocket Check. He added a little extra to it a while ago. So, but it is TKE's Discord, and there's a channel in there that says HWG-Eddie-Live-Pocket-Chat. Hopefully that helps. Bob Tism says, love that caveman stonewash. No, for now says, my wife thinks I'm crazy for wanting a McNeese or Spartan. I'm like, oh, honey, they cost so much more. Showed her a Rosie and she lost it. Mr. A says, that's an Armatool AH64. Mr. Gable is from Tucson, Arizona. Did you actually go over there and get that one there, Mr. Eduardo? I think no, for now, says my wife, not mountain wife. I think I translated that. I hope I did. McRanger says, look, thanks, Gonzo, I got it. Sorry, my brain ain't working right. Mine ain't working right either. Gonzo says, mountain wife sounded cooler. Mr. Eddie says, I like the Spartan better. Oh, brother, here we go. Spartan's okay. I didn't dislike the Spartan Harsey folders, but fact, I think the one that I got was from Mr. Eduardo there. All right, let's see. That was this knife here. That's the A Armatool AH64. That's an interesting looking knife there. I like it. Looks comfortable in hand. Nice blade shape. I like it. All right, let's see what else we got. Mo Patty. That looks like a Callisto. Is that right? Or is that a custom that I just totally butchered there, Mo Patty? Let's back out and see if she put what it was. HMC Transient, of course. We're talking about Mo Patty, not that's some. She's got nice stuff, so absolutely. I should have known that. Mr. Eddie said it. That's a Transient. I was thinking something wasn't quite right with what I said. I was like, nah, I don't think so. There's Jim Cox with that brass sheepdog that he doesn't carry enough, so that he brought out. Oh, let's back up a second. That's a very cool knife, Mo Patty. And there's, I said Jim Cox, right? Yeah, Jim Cox with the brass sheepdog. I've not had one of those, which is interesting considering that's one of my favorite blade shapes. I like the opening hole as well, so don't know why I haven't had one of those. I think someone else may have mentioned that at one time too, when I couldn't remember the name of it. That I do not know what said knife is. The scales look very cool, but we've got a Spyderco, maybe a pair of 3 with custom scales, maybe. Could be wrong. I think that may be right. Mick will let me know. Did I say Gonzo? I think I was talking about Gonzo something else. Did I say Gonzo? That must mean that I am tired. Sorry, Mo Patty. I apologize. Gonzo says Gonzo can't afford those. And Mick Ranger says, yes, it's a pair of 3 with Titanium TI scales and a Finch stray dog. That Finch looks nice. I don't know that I've got to play with very many Finch knives either, although some of them look very interesting. Got kind of the an older, old timey knife flair to it, but with more modern materials and opening methods and locks and such. So that's very cool. All right, anything else we got here? What did I have in pocket? Well, what I had in pocket today was, well, at least for part of the day, was the Bulldog, which you can't see here because I haven't switched the screens back. Let's do that. Let's switch that screen back. Was the Bulldog, the One Track Mind Ire, and what else did I have? I had the Wolverine, It seems like I had something else. But that's been at least part of the day is what I've had. I didn't finish talking about these as I was cleaning off the table, but of course that's MSI with original goat scales and a Pacific Lynch Northwest clip, which I think is cool. And of course my Curtis F3 Magna Cut that I traded Mr. Eddie for something. And then the Artie Blade Spectre, which Mr. Eddie was trying to get off of me the other earlier in the live. That one's got some sentimental value to it. And then this one, that's the first one that I bought from Mark at Vulcan Knives. So makes a great EDC knife. Let me see where I am in the comments here. I think I got part of those by looking on the tablet while I was doing the pocket checks. Y'all let me know if I need to run back and get anything from the pocket check. If somebody posted something late. But very cool knives that y'all have. And I apologize, Mo Patty. I haven't got to check out a transient yet, so at least not one that I could disassemble and clean yet, because Mr. Eddie didn't send me one. Let's see here. Mick Ranger says, I won that Finch on a big rig giveaway. I try to get to some of his lives because he gives away some of those cool knives, but I don't make it because of the times that he does them. I occasionally make it over there, but then sometimes even if I make it over there, it's like, nah, I'm done. I got to go to bed. Absolutely, there's some very cool knives that are in the pocket check there. Gonzo says, "Can I have that Wolverine? Can I have that Rosie, Gonzo?" Roger says, "What did you say? The one in the middle? This is the One Track Mine Ire, IRE. This was a surprise to me pickup that I got at Blade Show. I was not planning on getting that knife, but I saw it on the table and started looking at it and said, nah, I think I'm going to get that knife, and I like it. I like it a lot. I think that was the one you were talking about, Roger Baker." Mr. Eddie says, "What's a transient?" It's an HMC knife transient. It's actually a sailor's tool for navigating by the stars as well, if I'm not mistaken there, Mr. Eddie. Mo Patty says, "Will you maintain mine if I send it to you?" Mo Patty, if you will let me disassemble and clean a knife, I'll pretty much do any of the ones because something I really like doing is disassembling and cleaning, and I know a lot of people aren't comfortable with that, but luckily Mr. Eddie and Fred and TKE and some others that have let me review their knives are okay with me doing so, and I appreciate that. I really I like doing the disassembling cleaning better than I do the reviews. So absolutely, Mr. Eddie said he will. Mick Ranger says that ire is beautiful, man. I'm telling you. I don't know how he had any left. I think he had 2 left. This was not a knife that was from this year. I think it was last year, and I like it a lot. Gonzo says, "Send it to him in pieces like you did me." Oh, Gonzo, did you not? You saw the birthday thing, right? Bob Tislam says Sabretooth over the Wolverine is better than Wolverine. Fight me in the comments. Well, I was trying to decide actually which one to get because the Sabretooth's got about a half-inch longer blade, and overall length is, I think, about an inch longer than this. This is just about perfect size for me with a 3.5-inch blade. I think it's 4-inch for the Wolverine, which is not bad. But I debated on it. It might actually have been better, but I don't. I, I would like for this to be down this way just a little bit. I have to reach up to get this one just a little bit. It's not bad. Um, and you may be right, but I got a decent price on this one, so I can't complain. These ads are annoying. No, Patty, just remember, help with gadgets is greater than Gonzo. Wow, Gonzo, are you gonna stand for that? Vic Ranger says, "Love the disassembly clean videos you do." I thank you. I appreciate that. Um, I do. I don't know why. In fact, that's kind of how I started. Was my nephew actually said, "Hey, you should record these and put them on YouTube." And I said, "I don't know." But so I tried doing a few videos, and then I started doing some disassembly and cleaning and some reviews. So I I like doing that. I like tinkering anyway, gadgets and all. No, Patty says that was a spider that went to him in pieces. Oh, that those can be fun anyways. I have not had good luck with in the past, but that was before I got comfortable with disassembling knives. I tried modding a few Spydercos when I got back into knives. I tried modding a few Spydercos, and it didn't tend to go well. And I think part of that was because I wasn't getting the high quality secondary or the aftermarket parts that I should have been getting. I think maybe I got some scales off of Etsy or something, and I couldn't get them to quite cooperate with everything lining up and being able to get centered again. So that's my fault. Um, but Spydercos can be aggravating sometimes, unless you learn kind of some of the tips and tricks and how to deal with the lanyard tubes and all that. I've since then Mr. Eddie sent over a bunch of Spydercos and it went okay. So None for Now has got to run. Y'all have a great night. You too, None for Now, if you're still listening. Projectile says I like the Sabretooth better, but just because of my hand size. Yeah, and I probably would have liked it, but again, I got a decent price on this one, and the edge was actually not good on it when I got it, and I was like, I can't pass this on anyways with this edge on it, so I went ahead and got it. So Sarah says, getting a Tuya Voodoo from one of us in the family. Didn't think I'd see one in the wild. And yeah, that's actually tried to drop it there. This one kind of surprised me. I like this one, and I'm getting aggravated because I can't remember the custom maker that seems like it was David something, and but that's not matching up with what I'm seeing on the logo there. So I don't know. But anyhow, I like this knife. Mr. Eddie did a good job with the blade as well. I wasn't too keen on the at the satin finish, but I like that. I like that finish now. Mr. Eddie did something there. Says we won't tolerate the negativity. Wow. Bob Desmond says I got the Wolverine and Sabertooth. Seem like a great price for what they are. Yep. I mean, S90V and titanium for $140. Yeah. The Wolverine's harder to handle for my hands, but I got old crusty dude hands. But he likes them both. Very cool. Very cool. I would like to try the Wolverine as well. Fred the Lug. There's Fred in here, and thank you for being here, Fred. Do appreciate it. Mick Ranger says I modded 3 Spydercos, and they can be finicky. Right? They can be finicky. Not too bad as long as you take your time. And again, that was when I kind of first got started. Didn't know all that I know now. And wasn't doing it under a camera either. But that can be fun at times too. There's one particular knife, Fred's last batch, that tried to be a bear with me. And I'll wait and let y'all see that later on. It may take a while to get that one actually up, but some knives can be really fun. Freeman knives, that's it. I think it's David Freeman. I figured Fred might know who it was. Don't think Fred's a fan of the Voodoo, but he knew exactly who it was, and I appreciate that, Fred. Cicero says Freeman. Yep. Projectiles Are Sharp says, I like that Tuya Voodoo a lot. May have to pick one up down the road. Yeah, that's a knife with a forward choil. Boom, 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 and boom. So, oh, wait a minute. And boom. So, I think I might have a type of knife that I like too. They're projectiles, and probably there's a few more here too. I think. Let's see. Huh. Any more? That may be the ones that I have at least on the table here. So I may have a style that I like here. There is Carco Klaus. He made it before it ended this time. He's been greatly disappointed that he didn't. Gonzo says, does Magna Cut acid wash pretty well? That'd be a question for Mr. Eddie. I do not know. The only ones that I've acid washed are this S90V, and I have a Concept Thoth that washed it. It washed a lot darker than this. I really like the way this one turned out. Just gave it a little color. You can actually see the grind lines through it, and you can actually see the logo there. And it seems like there was something else, but no, that one turned out really good. I like the Thoth too, but it did darken up a good bit more. Bluminati says, calling it a night. Much love, gang. Thanks, Blue. Hope you have a wonderful night, man. Fred says, I had a Tuya Voodoo when it first came out. Ended up being too big for me in hand. I can see that. It's not a smaller knife. And I know Fred likes the smaller knives. And that's part of, I'm pretty much in the 3-inch to 3.5 inch, with 3.5 inch for me being like the the perfect size EDC for my opinion. Now that doesn't mean that I don't like smaller knives too. This one's a little bit less than 3 inches, I think, but fits really well in hand. But then you also go up to larger knife. Well, and look there, there's another forward choil. So, Carco says Tommy isn't talking or my audio goofed. Your audio goofed, mister. It better be that and not my audio. Turn that volume up, mister. Yeah, it's all the knives there have a forward choil. And I probably have a few more. In fact, let's see. Mr. Eddie actually put a forward choil in this one here. I'm running out of room here. Do I have anything else? There's that Thoth. I think that's CES 35. Actually, don't remember. What does it say here? I can't read it anymore. I don't remember exactly what the steel is on this, but it did. Acid wash was a good bit darker on that. There's somewhat of a forward choil on that one as well, but I don't know if I'd entirely count that one. Gonzo says, "Can you hear me now?" Mr. A said, "Carco Klaus, it's Tomas." Carcos can't hear, apparently. Hopefully, Carco is the only one that can't hear, unless something has happened with my audio and you guys just aren't telling me. All right. So anything else? All right, you guys, don't forget next Tuesday night, we have a giveaway. I got a fresh new batch of knife stands. I've got black ones and I've got blue ones. I've got plenty of them. I've got a great abundance of them, so we might do something a little extra next Tuesday night. So just keep that in mind. Maybe something a little bit extra. But members giveaway, that'll be a knife of I'm not sure which one yet, but we'll have a knife as part of the giveaway. Some cool things from Kelly's Mishmash with the paracord, bunch of stickers, swag packs on both, or on the members giveaway as well as the chat participant giveaway. We'll give away, probably, if it's been like usual, be one of the knife stands. You can choose another EDC, one of these knife kit things, the little plastic, the toy, suitable for kid use, depending on age, or one of these cool bit holders and driver. I put a little magnet in the end of it there. I've got a couple of them on my desk in there that I use. But I thought those were pretty cool. All right. Mick Granger says, I can hear fine. And then Carco says, all right, I can hear. So it was a Carco issue. And awesome, Carco. Thank you. Thank you for being here, man. Mr. 80, I don't think I could make enough of them for all your knives, sir. And plus, you would never have them all out at the same time. You like keeping them in the case there. Carco's blaming it on YouTube. And Neil McKenzie says, blue, please. I do have some blue ones. It's like a midnight blue. And then I think there was some black ones. And he did, he printed as much as on each batch as would fit on the table. So he's got me set up. Gonzo, don't you go there, mister. Carco says, error user, debatable. Why'd you mute me, Gonzo? Bob Tislam says, all I can hear is ee, but that's a me thing. Probably from what you're saying, probably some tinnitus, and hopefully it doesn't bother you too awful much. Mr. 80 says, in the case, because I don't have a way to display them. Table. Carco says, put them on a table, Eduardo. All right. Carco says, sending my mech knife in for redo. Uh-oh. He's done put it out in public here that he's sending the mech knife in for redo. I can't believe he did that. I can't believe he would do that to 80 there, Carco. Projectile is Sharp is saying, what's your holy grail right now that you don't own? I don't usually call it that, but what knife would I get if I could? I would probably say either a Rosie or the Waif. I really like the looks of the Waif. That's the Carver Knives Waif. That would one of those two would probably be what I got if I had lots of money. Mr. 80 says, oh, are you now? Here we go. Gonzo he's getting out the popcorn now. Carco says, voices told me to. Oh boy, here we go. Mr. 80 says, someone send Thomas a waif. I know somebody that's got one. I think. Or had one. Fred the Look says, get the Carver. Don't waste your money on a production, Rosie. Yeah, that's it. It pretty much is a production. The way they've, the way they're making the Rosies. They've got hopefully the prices drop, but I don't see that happening with the way they're still selling. But I do think they're a great. I do think they're a great EDC knife. Let's see. Let me highlight that because Fred's got a point there. Bob Tislam says MagnaCut acid wash Rosie with putter milling. That's a good one. Gonzo says send me wave. Of course he says that. He says send everything. I don't blame him though. And now we got one of those ads that pop up over the chat. All right, you guys. I don't know anything else to get into this evening. I've got to sharpen a knife, a piece of junk knife that a guy that works with my wife. I guess she volunteered me to fix it up, and it's well, let's just say I have an old one similar to it, except this one's a little bit bigger than the one that uh, was brought to me, and I already thought it was a piece of junk knife, but it's uh, it's I'm just going to sharpen it a little bit and give it an edge. I don't like the knife. I think they're dangerous, but um, it is what it is. So I need to go sharpen that. Fred says they are a good 500. I would agree with that. Not for the price they're asking, and especially not for a um, one on the secondary that's marked up $200 or $300. No way. That's not happening. He says now if you got a special edition one that was completely unique, yeah, I can see that. He's had several that were very unique that had like Damastil blades and very cool scales. I can see paying a little bit more for those if you were buying them for uh, as a collector's item. But for a user knife, yeah, 500. I could see that, and hopefully one day they'll drop to that, but not necessarily going to happen. All right, was that the last comment that we got so far? All right, you guys, I think we're going to call that a wrap for this evening. I really appreciate everybody hanging around. You guys are awesome. I enjoy getting to hang out with you and talk knives, and it really surprises me that y'all stay around and listen to me blabber for about knives for an hour and a half or so. But I really appreciate you, and hope to see y'all again next Tuesday night. Remember, that's the giveaway night. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a good night.